All right, this says polygon ABCDE has vertices A at -5, 2, B at -5, 4, C at -4, 5, D at -3, 5, and E at -3, 2. Graph and label the vertices of A, B, C, D, E and its image A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime after a reflection across the x-axis. So the first thing that I want to do is I just want to highlight what I'm reflecting over. This is the most common mistake that kids make, is that they reflect over the wrong line. So let's go ahead and take care of this. It says the x-axis. So I'm going to do the best I can here. My stylus is not very good, and highlight the x-axis. That's a little better. Okay, so that's the line that I'm going over. So now I'm going to go ahead and make the first shape, the polygon ABCDE, with the information that they've given me. Now again, my stylus isn't the best, so you're going to have to bear with me. But remember, when you're plotting an ordered pair, you always start at the origin. So I'm always going to come back to this point, 0, 0, when I begin. So point A is going to be at -5, so I start at that origin, and I count over -5, left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 2, 1, 2. B is at -5, 4, so I go back to the origin, left 5, up 4. C is -4, so I go back to the origin, 1, 2, 3, 4 left, and then 5 up. Okay. D is -3, 5, back to the origin, 3 left, 5 up. And E is -3, 2, so back to the origin, -3, up 2. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to label these points and connect them. If my stylus was working better, I would have labeled as I went. A, B, C, D, E. And then this is where it falls apart for me in my stylus, is when I try and connect the dots. I'll do the best I can here. Not horrible, so we'll keep going. All right, so now that I know I have my shape and I have the line I'm flipping it over, I'm going to just imagine where this is going to end up. And it's going to, if I flip it over that yellow line, or if I folded it on that yellow line, it would end up over here. So that's where my goal is to end up. If I was going over the y-axis, it would end up here. That's not where I want it. I'm flipping it over the x-axis. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pick purple. And I'm going to go one point at a time. So if I look at point A, it is 2 squares above the yellow line. I'm going to stay on that same line and go 2 squares below. And that is A prime. Now I'm going to do, and it doesn't matter which order you go in, I'm going to do B. It's 4 squares above the yellow line, so I'm going to go 4 squares below the yellow line. And then I'm going to mark it B prime to the best of my ability. All right, now I'm going to do C. C is 5 squares above the yellow line, so I'm going to go 5 squares below the yellow line. C prime. D is 5 squares above, so I'm going to go 5 squares below. D prime. And then E is 2 squares above the yellow line, so I'm going to go 2 squares below the yellow line. All right, again, I'm going to do the best I can with my horrible stylus to connect these, and I apologize right now if it's going to look really bad. All right, not horrible, not great. But you can see I took polygon A, B, C, D, E and reflected it over the x-axis and came up with A prime, B prime, C